Hi, everybody. Here's Gene and Mike.
Hello, everybody.
It's our 64th wedding anniversary today. And so Mike is on here with me.
Mwah.
And we're going to talk a little bit about ourselves and our marriage. Okay, let me...
How about 64 years of wonderful, wonderful love and romance?
Okay, Mike and I met in college. Oh, here, we got a drink.
Yeah, we're toasting each other.
Oh, remember when we used to do this? Mike, we used to do this. Remember?
Yeah.
Not as easy now. All right, Mike and I met in college. 68 years ago. Yeah.
68.
And at K-State University. And so we were college sweethearts. I was sweetheart of his fraternity. And we got married right out of college. And we had Michelle, our only child, 5 years later. And we just have had a wonderful marriage. Now, Mike, I know what I'm going to say, but I want to ask you this question. Now, we have not rehearsed, so I don't know what he's going to say. But anyway, and he doesn't know what I'm going to say. So, what is the one thing that you think is the most important in a relationship? Not just a marriage, but a relationship.
Well, I think that I've been thinking about what I wanted to say for that will cover these 64 years. And what I have really come up with as far as why Gene and I have had such a wonderful relationship is the fact that we're not really husband and wife, we're companions. I mean, we were married, we went through everything as far as, growing up together and putting our life together, but it ended up to be a companion type of situation when I think back as far as what we did together. And the companion part of it, the biggest part of it is the fact that we work together, we help each other, we listen to each other, we didn't disagree. We always agreed on how we could go forward and make our life bigger and better. So that is what is my answer to Gene as far as these 64 years.
Oh, honey, that's sweet. Okay. Well, the one thing that I know we've always talked about, and the one thing that I think is the word that is the most important in a marriage is respect. And Mike and I have a great deal of respect for each other, and we always have had. And I think when you lose that respect, you lose so much,
Right.
I mean, and also, I always think, we always talk about how you really, love is so important, but you also have to like each other.
Yeah.
And you and I
Totally.
genuinely like each
Right.
other.
Yes.
And it's, I think sometimes when you get older, as you age with the same person for this many years, if you don't like each other, and that's very possible, you can love someone and not like them. And we've known people like that.
Totally. Yeah.
And
that's back to the companion situation is that, if you like somebody, you're a companion. And if you look at back, just look at some of the sports type of people that play together, work together. That's kind of, you can't put that together with marriage, but I think in some cases you can because they respect, they work hard, they help each other. Everything is going to come out the better and better and better.
But on a relationship,
yes,
you not only have that, but you have the love.
Yeah.
The love, that deep love.
Right.
But you just have to like each other, because when those kids are gone and you're by yourselves, if you don't like each other and enjoy each other, then you've got problems.
And in just kind of to put the stories together is the fact that, you know, with Jean, she got out of college. She was looking for a way to go. She got 2 or 3 different kinds of situations, and people, you know, she ended up being the strong person and the person that people wanted her to be involved with, all the way down to owning a dress shop, doing this. I could go through all the different things that she was really good at, and that was one of the reasons that I fell in love with her too, is because she was so strong, but yet she was so sweet at heart. She helped people. She was there to listen to them, and listening to her background. You know, even in high school, she said girls were lined up at my front door because they wanted me to help them get through their ups and downs, and that, you know, and that was kind of the way that we were when we were growing up and being married together, was that we did the ups and downs for the world.
Yeah, I think what Mike's saying is, and that's beautiful, honey. I think what he's saying too is that growing up, you know, when you get married that young at 22, you do kind of grow up together, and we both kind of knew what we wanted from each other, and we kind of laid the ground rules, and it worked. It just really worked. And I think in the relationships today, I think a lot of times, Mike, they don't give each other credit.
Oh.
You know, they don't spend time trying to really get to know each other. And
Right.
we used to spend, I mean, I'd get up in the morning on Sunday and make a big pot of coffee, and we'd sit there and talk for 8 hours. And when we first got married, and just get to know each other. And there were tears and there was lots of conversation, but we just hung in there. I think a lot of times people give up too early on a relationship.
Right.
And you got to give it a chance.
Well, totally. And, you know, back to what, you know, Jean had different opportunities in her life. And one of her friends, one of her people asked her the other day as she was interviewing for something, they said, "Can you tell me anything that you've ever failed at?" And she says, "Mike, I can't think of anything that I've ever failed at." And I said, "Me neither. 64 years of marriage and all the things that you have done and tried and accomplished, you have never failed at or had to back away from or anything like that. You have just been strong." And that was one of the things that I loved in the beginning, was the fact that, you know, when I look at my family as I grew up, I mean, I had a dad that was really strong and a mother that was very sweet, but my mother sewed and baked and went to the grocery store, and that was, you know, she didn't have the fortitude to do what Jean has put forward, and that's what I really wanted in life, and that's what I got. And so she has been, you know, the biggest thing that was always been a joke for us is, I don't know if you know this or not, but, you know, I was a manufacturer's rep, a factory rep for over 50 years. And I just, you know, one of the opportunities I had was they came to me and wanted me to represent a fabric line. So I ran home real quick, so excited, and I said, "Jane, guess what? We got a fabric line, and I think that we can be doing." She said, "Hey, Mike," she says, "I'll take it. By not working for you, I'm going to do it myself." And she did. And I appreciated that. And I held back and watched her be successful. She ended up to be one of the top reps in the United States.
Okay.
And that was what I appreciated, the fact that she is just so strong in her life. And that's why I think that the companion is based.
All right. Thank you, honey. Thank you. But back to I haven't failed anything. I know I failed probably a lot. I just can't remember.
I can't think. I can't put it together. I can't think of it.
I can't pin it down. I don't know, but I'm sure I'm sure it's there. And that story reminds me of our daughter, Michelle, when she was like 6 years old. This is her personality. It was snowing outside. There's all kinds of snow, and I was wanting to walk her out to the car that was picking her up right there in by our front door, and she stomped her little feet and she said, "No, Mommy, I can do it by myself. I can do it all by myself." And then, who's that remind you of?
Yeah, well, that came from the top.
Yeah.
Right?
Anyway, you guys, thank you. We just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit about how it is possible to have a happy relationship. You just have to work at it. We've had to work at it, and we have some of our strongest challenges coming because. Do you want me to tell them? Yeah. They know. Mike has been diagnosed 1.5 years ago with Lewy body dementia, but he is doing so well, as you all can tell, and he's going to Mayo Clinic. They're giving him a special pill, and it's working like crazy. So we're just like, really happy that things are working out. So
well, and Gina's always, like I say, we've always talked, and she's behind. She's in front of me, behind me, helping me get through life right now, which is somewhat of a struggle, but yet with her attitude and everything else, life has been a real joy. And the friends that we have and that you people are really been supportive is what, with us. And it's not a fun type of thing to get Lewy body, or Ted Turner died of it not too long ago after having it for 8 years. They say in Mayo Clinic, they say, you're on that roller coaster, but hang in there, and that's what we're doing. And she is helping me be a perfect person, and because she is. So anyway, love you.
Love you too.
And
okay,
64 years, put that together, we could be 70 years because we're 86. So put that together into the 90s.
Okay, you guys, thank you. Have a wonderful evening. We were on late. I was going to get on at 4:00, but I didn't make it. So thank you. And thanks for following me and being such good friends, even though it's on the internet.
And here's to you guys.
Yeah.
Here's the toast to...
Here's to good relationships. All right, you guys. Bye.